you're gonna hear from a man that's the man of men. Somebody that will always make sure that he's there for his family and his kids, and multi-millionaire, seven-figure earner, has been since 2005. Guys, that's 14 years of making over $1 million a year, multiple. And he's not only making millions of dollars here in WFG, he's making millions of dollars with his investments. He's gonna bring it, and I hope you guys are fired up. Who's fired up? All right. So all you guys, let's get up and let's give it up for SEVC, Guillermo
It
Haro.
was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match.
What is up? Wow, this is amazing, man. This is incredible. How you guys feeling? Great. All right, I feel like some sort of public celebrity or something. So that's good. How many of you guys are here from San Diego? Let me see. Stand up if you're, or let me see. You're from San Diego. Okay, that's impressive. Good to have you guys here. Awesome. Grab a seat. And then the rest of you guys are here local? Yes. Yes? Stand up if you're from Lakewood. Let me see if you're from Lakewood. All right. Very good. Good to have you guys. Thank you. And then who's here from Norco? Let me see where you're at from Norco. All right. Good man. Beautiful. Okay. So let's talk here. I'm going to be here with you guys for a couple hours. Then I got another appointment I got to get to in Inglewood. So, no, I'm not from there. I just know of it. So that's the good news. So let's talk about several things pertaining to your business. I want us to have a lot of fun. I want it to be educational. I want you to make some progress in your mind in terms of how you process WFG. And at the end of this right here, I also want to have, like I do normally when I go do events like this, I want to have a really detailed question and answer session with you. So therefore, you're just really clear on what you need to know in order for you to go do it. At the end of the day, you need to go do it. Right? What do you need to do? Do it. Okay, because you could hear all these meetings, see PowerPoints, you can do all this stuff, and at the end of the day, if you don't do it, it just doesn't matter. So I want you to be clear that WFG is an action business. So if you're taking notes on that, make sure you're putting that down. WFG is an action business. You gotta eventually put the rubber on the road. You gotta have boots on the ground. You gotta do it. So you can listen to it, you can read about it, you can take notes, you can hum, you can motivate yourself, you can go to Tony Robbins, you can jump up and down. At the end of the day, you got to freaking do it. And if you do it, then you have a life that can be beyond what you think. Let's go back to the beginning with me. Okay, you guys want to, just so that you guys know that, okay? I brought a PowerPoint, and I'm going to reference my mindset as it pertains to sort of where I was. Okay, you guys want to hit the light on that? Somebody can hit the light on that? So it's not a secret to anybody. This is where I started. That's a beautiful residence, high ceilings, splendid doors. That's where Guillermo Haro was born at. Everybody say, wow. Wow. No, seriously, is that amazing or what? Yes. I don't know what this means. Corner adjustment. You got to be smart to do some shit like this, huh? Who? Whitecito's doing that? Wow. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I know how to sell the policy and recruit you, but I don't know how to do this. All right, whenever you're done with this, Whitecito. Are we done? Done? Okay. So anyway, this is where it all started. My mom is in the rancho back in Mexico, and my dad was out in the fields working, trying to provide for the family. And my mom was pregnant with me. My grandmother was there with her, sort of when the time where I was going to be born. And into this world, I remember this right here when I was a kid in there. There was a little room right here, a couple of beds. And my mom opened up and I said, "What's up?" Came into this world, woo to the top. I'm gonna be SEVC, multimillionaire, living. Do you have any idea? So you have someone that was born under these conditions that one day life would have happened for me the way it's happened. And think about it. Who had it? Let me ask you, how many of you guys were born in something like this? Okay, that was a few. The rest of you guys, you didn't go through all these challenges. The rest of you, you were born in a hospital. There was lamans, whatever that means. You know, all these, mothers' services, and they massage you and hum over you and all this other stuff, right? And they have, what's it called? They have epidural. By the way, my mom, all her 4 kids, spit them out. Today you got women that have babies, and like Angelica was going to have our 2 babies, and all this attention, all this care, and I was like, my grandmother had 15 kids. She didn't have none of this. She just got to, whenever the kids was ready to come out, she was like, next one, and today women are a little bit more delicate, so I don't mean to go with it. I'm not offending any women here. The point is, I'm just saying it was just a different era. This is in the late, this is when it all started for my mom, and I was her second kid, and I come from a family where my grandfather had 13 brothers and sisters, and then my mom had 15 brothers and sisters. Both of my grandmothers gave natural birth to all of their kids. So just to let you know, was it a degree of maybe lack of medical attention and all that? Yes. Was it mental toughness? Yeah. So anyway, this is where it all started. Some of you guys have seen this. Some of you guys haven't. This is sort of the realness of me. This is where I got started right here. So I wasn't born at, Methodist Hospital, Queen of the Valley. I wasn't born in one of those. I was born here. This is my beginning right here. By the way, high chances you probably could make it because if you get an infection, if there's some sort of medical complication, the nearest doctor is 3 towns away, and you got to get the bus to get there. So you could just imagine how that was. So anyway, let's go to the next one right here. Who can do it for me? Okay, so there's, from my mom to her recollection, this is the earliest picture I've ever had of me. This is my sister Yolanda. Some of you guys know her, and then that's me right there. Some people say that my kids look exactly like me. No, that's not my kid. That's me. And that's my mom right now. My mom's still alive. She's 70-something years old right now. And there it was. Do you think I had any notion when I'm right there? I don't know if I was 5 months, 4 months. What does that look? How many moms in here? How many? What does that look like to me? 3 months, 5 months, 4 months? How many?
Well, you're pretty big.
You know why I was big? Because it was organic milk. Organic milk, direct from the cow, and I guess my mom contributed a little bit too, right? So that's me right there. So I was pretty. I look at that, I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. Not too long after that, let me say this to you. Not too long after this, my mom and my dad migrated to the U.S. So they got together. It says, we made a decision. We're going to go to the promised land. We're going to go to this country called the U.S. We're going to pay a price. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we're just going to put our hands together, and we're going to pray, and we're going to hope that everything turns out in our favor. Both my mom and dad got on the bus, and they traveled for 2 days from all the way from Zacatecas to the U.S.-Mexican border to Tijuana. And when they got to Tijuana, some of you guys have heard this. When they got to Tijuana, they needed to cross the border, and of course, they're undocumented people, so they're fighting to get entrance into the U.S. And so, of course, they met some contacts there, and they take one person. They take my mom, and they stuck her. My mom, right there. She's still alive today. They stuck her in a trunk of a car with 8 other people, and they proceeded to cross the U.S. The Mexico-U.S. border for about 2 hours in the trunk of a car with 8 other people. That's a true story. Fighting for a chance. Fighting for, man, give me an opportunity. Fighting for something good to happen in her life, and that was my mom right there. My dad went a different route. He had a tour guide. The name of that tour guide is called Coyote, right? So he had a tour guide. He says, hey, you come with me. And he took him through a different route. They went over towards the desert side. For the next day and a half to 2 days, my dad was walking the Mexico-U.S. Desert, getting into the country here with limited food and water. And by the grace of God, I want you to picture this. So, do they know English? Do you think my mom and dad know English? No. Did they have GPS? No. Did they have a cell phone? No. Okay. All they had was an address of where they were going to land right here, about I don't know, 45 minutes north of here in Pasadena, California. From the time they left Zacatecas, they had an address of a location in Pasadena, California, and they got to Tijuana, and then they got split up, and by the grace of God, 2.5 days later, they merged back together, and then they saw each other again here in Pasadena, California. My dad was in the desert for 2 days walking, through the night and the day walking the whole time. Can you imagine that? So, why do I say that to you? Well, thank you, buddy. But to the right, right here, Huesito? Yes. To the right? Yeah. Okay. So why do I say that to you? Well, because some people take opportunity a little bit different. Some people are looking for opportunity. I didn't do that. You're interrupting my flow, dog. Come on. No, okay. You want to leave it there? All right, cool. Just leave it. Okay, got it. So the reason I say that to you because some people don't value opportunity. Let me connect the whole thing together. Have you prospected someone out there and he says, hey man, you're looking for bigger and better? You want to make more money? You want a better life? And like, nah, I'm all right. Have you met those? Yes. Not my mom and dad. Not me. Not you. I am looking for bigger and better. There's no way in the world my parents went through that much grief, that much sacrifice, that much effort to get to this country, and then there's an opportunity where you can make it. I'm talking about seriously, where you can make it, where you can live out a dream life. Instead of some of these people out there that we prospect, where they work somewhere and they make $28,000 a year or $40,000 a year, and they're content, they're okay, and they're okay being okay. So thank God you're here with us. Thank God you're a person that has the mindset of going to do something big, of preparing for a big life, and that's exactly why you're here. So when I see people in WFG, whether they're making it big or not, but the fact that they still keep trying, they're still after it, you have my highest regard. I respect you. The fact that you're still in it, that you work, that you're dedicated, that you haven't lost hope. There's too many people out there that have lost hope. Tons of people in America today, they don't believe a big life, a prosperous life is available to them. Well, we do. I believe it. If you go get some recruits and you learn how to give a simple presentation and you do enough of them over the course of time and you continue to improve yourself, this country, this company, this opportunity, this industry can make your dreams come true. And you need to know that. You need to flat out believe it. And the more you believe it and the more you do it. So you got to believe it and you got to do it. I believe that those are the two things people miss out there. Number one, they don't believe and they don't do. Well, what did I do? I believed it and I did it. And I believed it and I did it. And I just kept believing and I kept doing it. And I believed it some more and I kept doing it some more. Not some more, a lot. Let's go to the next one here. So there's a picture when my mom and dad were now in the U.S. And this is a really bad picture here because it looks, but look at my little chubby face right there. Organic milk was gone, but I found another source. You can laugh, thank you. So it says here, I had no idea the big plans God had in store for me. Do you know that the Almighty upstairs has big plans for you? Do you know that? Yes. Okay, but you got to believe it. So you ever wonder why you got recruited in WFG? You ever wonder why someone prospected you? You ever wonder why it happened that you got coded, that you studied for your exam, that you passed your tests, that you landed on a team like what we have here? I mean, this is a blessing. There's a lot of people that wish they were on Team Conquer. They're not. Tons of people wish they were on this team, and they're not. We have a proven system. We have something that works. We know that if you're with us and you do the right work, this is going to happen. So you need to know that big things are going to happen for you. So, all right, here we go. This is a picture that was taken of me, my younger sister. This is Rosie, and this is Yolanda. This is the one that was with me in those earlier pictures, but this is Rosie right here. She's my youngest sister. She's LAPD now. She married another guy that's also LAPD. As a matter of fact, he's Chinese. So if you ever hear me say Chinesito, that's exactly who I'm referencing. So he's my brother-in-law. His name is Jafet Hom, H-O-M. And he's Los Angeles Police. He's sergeant, lieutenant, whatever. He's like real high ranking. They're almost 4 or 5 years from now, they'll be retired. My sister's about ready to retire. So who would have known she was going to be accomplished the way she is? My sister Yolanda, she's the educated one. She has all these degrees and all these designations and stuff that says that you're smart. And here's a guy that went to meetings. There's a guy that did learn how to do KTPs and BPMs, and here's a guy that did it maybe a little bit differently. I went to school, but I didn't like school. I like money. You feel me? I like money a whole lot more than I like school. I think school is important, and by the way, my kids are going to go to school by force, but they're going to go prospect. You guys know my whole plan for the educational system? So I keep telling Tiger, my son, my older son, that he's going to go to college, and Maximiliano, my younger kid, they're going to go to college. But when they go to college, one of the things they're going to do is every year they're there, because they're going to be there 4 years. Theoretically, they're going to be there 4 years, right? So each year they have to create a top 1,000 list. So their job is to go shake a lot of hands, make a lot of friends, keep log, take picture with every single one. Like, hey, what's your name? Marvin. And then you get Marvin's name and his number, take a picture with him. Okay, what are your goals in life? Hey, if you come across something big or I come across something big, we have to let each other know, okay? Who's going to call who first? Why don't you do that with your kids? They're going to go to college, right? And then have them pitch it to their buddies there. It says, hey, when we get out of here, when we start enjoying our student debt, when we start getting all these bills from all our student loans, if you run across something big, something that excites us, you got to let me know. Or if I run across something, I'm going to let you know. Deal? And then there's a phone call. Hey, I found it. What are you doing Tuesday night? And boom. So each of my kids are going to have a top 1,000 list for every year they're there. And then they're going to build a business way bigger than the one we have right now, because they're going to have far more contacts, because that's going to be a massive warm market. What do most people in WFG, the reason they don't really get successful at the beginning is because they lack what? A big warm market. Well, what if you have a huge warm market of people you know on a first name basis, people that you're in contact with, people that parents have money? I want you to think about that. That's my frame of it. Now, they're going to go there and, have some fun and go to class and go to football games and tailgate and all that. Yeah, are they probably going to smoke some pot and drink beer? Yeah, they're probably going to do that too, but oh well, but we're going to get 1,000 names a year out of it. You feel me? You ever hear that Guillermo Haro used to live in a one-bedroom condo? There it is right there. Town Avenue, Pomona, California. We call it Ghetto Pomona. And there it is right there, Courtyard Village Homeowners Association. See that little door right there? I used to walk in that door when I was first SMD in the business. I used to live in a one-bedroom condo in Pomona, California. My office was in Pomona, so it was about 12 minutes from Town Avenue over to Corporate Center Drive. When I recruited Nick Lancaster, I lived right there. I recruited Nick Lancaster. I lived right there. I sat down in an office. It was an empty office with 2 chairs, and I sold Nick the dream, and he bought it. And it worked. And we got all kinds of SMDs from it. I got some other numbers I want to share with you guys, but there I was, building my business, living life really small with regards to my expenses. So I'm going to tell you fiscally, one of the things that will help you win is that you become fiscally responsible. You've got to be good with money. If you are not good with money, it's going to be always an uphill battle. You've got to commit to being really good with money. You got to be fiscally sound. Put this in your notes. You have to be a good steward of your finances. A good steward of your finances. That means money comes into your life and you have order. It's organized. You know where it's going to go. If you are a mess with regards to your finances, your life is going to be upside down. You'll always have challenges. You won't ever accumulate anything. Your confidence is always going to be shaky. One of the huge advantages that I've had, if you ever notice me, every time you come across me, I'm a pretty confident guy. I come across a pretty confident guy? Yeah. I don't really ever look nervous. I don't look like I am full of anxiety. I don't look wary. I don't look tired. I don't look like I'm worried about anything. Pretty confident guy, right? You know why? You know why? My financial position. Every single month, I get richer and richer and richer and richer and richer and richer. How many of you guys want to have that life? Okay, so you got to get good with your money. And I'm going to go over the economics of it. Some of you guys remember this from Wealth Bow. But let's talk about what it looks like. At the beginning, WFG is the most work, least pay. You need to know that. What is it? Most work, least pay. Okay, at the beginning. when you're getting started in WFG, this is going to be a lot of work and not a lot of pay. Why? Because you're an entrepreneur. If you are an entrepreneur, there's a lot of work at the beginning. There's a lot of stuff you need to learn. There's a lot of stuff you need to do. There's meetings you need to drive to. There's appointments you're going to go to. When you first get started in business, there's a lot of work. You're an entrepreneur. Like if you started a restaurant. If you start a restaurant, there's a lot of work. You got to set up the whole thing. You got to hire and fire. You got to buy stuff. You got to keep investing. You keep investing. If you start any business, if you start a shipping and receiving warehouse, you have a lot of work at the beginning and very little or no profit. Matter of fact, you actually go under. Many people get into debt before they make any money in any business. You won't necessarily get into a lot of debt here, but you're going to put in the effort. Let's go through some of the facts that a lot of people maybe just don't tell you. I don't have a problem telling you because this is a reality. When you get started in WFG, you need to understand that it's a business. It is not some commission little sales deal. It is a business. It is a legit business. The reason it's a business is because you need to put a thing called sweat equity. And sweat equity means that you got to put forth a lot of effort. You got to learn new things. You have to change habits. You have to muscle through some of the objections and some of the crap that some of your friends, relatives, neighbors are going to give through you. Anybody ever get any objections from their friends and family? Yeah. Okay, that's normal. Welcome. Remember, anything good at the beginning is met by resistance. Everything that you're going to do that's normal almost gets no resistance. If you tell people, hey, I'm studying to be a nurse, there's no resistance. No one says, hey, be careful. Don't be a nurse. No one never says that. It says, I'm going to be a cop. No, be careful. I'm going to be a fireman. That's normal. If you're going to be a fireman, people actually say, oh, okay, that's cool. But if you say, hey, I'm going to build a business by which I'm going to recruit people. We're going to offer products and services to the middle America that they need and don't have, because that's not normal. What we do is not normal. There's almost nothing about what we do is normal. Did they teach you this in high school? No. Did you have any prospecting classes in high school? No. This is the way you look at someone. This is the way you prospect them. You approach them. You shake their hand. You ask them if they're looking for bigger and better. We don't have any of that, so that's not normal. By the box, because people live in a box. School was a box. Your house was a box. Your car is a box. The office you work at is a box. People live in this box life. WFG is out of the box because we do things that are not considered normal by most people's standards. Society wants you to live in that box life. That means you make about the same money as everybody else. You live in about the same neighborhood as everybody else. You're in debt like everybody else. You live paycheck to paycheck like everybody else. You start to shrink your dreams to match your paycheck. And then you work all these years of your life, and then when you get old and retire, you're going to be financially challenged. Sound familiar? Yes. Okay. Are you aware of anyone in your family that worked 30, 40 years of their life and then they retire and they're poor? Yes. Yeah. That's normal. Well, we're against that. Just straight up. We feel that's wrong. You shouldn't work 30 years of your life and then you retire and you're financially challenged. By the way, my mom did that. My uncles did that. Plenty of people that I know. My clients are getting ready to do that unless we save them. So almost everybody out there wants you to live in that box. Houses are boxes. Offices are boxes where they work at. If you work at a warehouse, that's a box. Your car is a box. Your mind is a box. Well, we're out of the box. We're outside of the box, where all the risk is at. But with risk, if you understand risk, that's where all the reward is at. And let's talk about the risk. What is the risk? It's $100. To start a WFG business is $100, my friend. Guillermo Haro invested $100 like you invested $100. I put in my 52 hours on the computer to pass my exam, and showed up to meetings. After all these meetings I went to, if you notice right there, it was, where is it? I don't know if you can you guys can see that over the red. It was May 2000 when my first check arrived for $80. Everybody go, woohoo! Big baller. Getting ready to come up. $80 after meetings. By the way, I got started April 1999. So from April 1999 to a year later, it was 13 months later, my first check was $80. And then if you notice the next month, back to zeros. Back to zeros, still showing up to meetings. Still getting trained by Ed Milet, still showing up to meetings, My very first check. To this day, I don't know where that those $80 came from. I cannot account where those $80 came from. By the way, we didn't have direct deposit like we do today where the company just wires the money into your account. We did not have that system back then. They actually sent me a check. I still have a copy of that check. It blows me away. I look at it, and it's dated May 2000, and it was $80. I cannot tell you where that money came from. I don't know if Ed Milet called them and says, hey, this guy has a huge future. Could you take $80 out of my commission and send it to him? I don't know if he did. I have my theories. I'm just saying, I don't know if that happened. Of course, don't take it further than that. I wanted to turn into some compliance inquiry or anything. But $80, think about that. What happened the next year? Well, didn't start off real good. November 2000, 0. Merry Christmas, 0. Happy New Year, $11. $11. Then the next month, I got $80 raise, $90. And then I don't know how the hell I got consistent with $90. $90, $90, $90. So, 90-day madman cycle, I guess. Look at that. February, March, April, $90. I have no idea. I can't tell you what that is. But then, hey, the party started. Here it is, 2 years later. Think about it. From the time I got started in business, 2 years later, I made my first official check where I remember where that money came from. Sold my app, got the commission. I think it was 2 or 3 apps. And back then, I was at associate or training associate, whatever it is. And I got my almost $1,600. That was the official beginning of my business as it was going to take off. Now, I want to talk to you about what's the money like versus your mentality. Everybody with me? You want to have this conversation? Okay. So where are you at right now? Some of you guys are right there. Some of you guys are right here. Raise your hand if you're like right here. You've made maybe $1,000. You haven't even made $1,000. You're on your way to like tasting. How many of you guys are right there right now? How many of you guys have made less than $1,000 so far? Right, stand up. Let me see who you are. Stay right there. Stay right there. Everybody stand up. You've made, stand up, stand up. Why'd you guys sit down? You've made more than 1,000? Okay, well stand up. You have not made $1,000 total in your WFG career. Stand up. Is that all of you guys? Okay, so you have not made $1,000 total. Okay. All right. Hang on. Stay right there. Stay right there. Everybody look around. Look at the people on their team that have not made $1,000. Can I talk to all of you guys for a second here? Okay, here we go. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you listen to some of the things we're going to tell you, this is you. How many of you guys have that are standing up, you've actually gotten a check? Raise your hand if you've gotten a check. You haven't gotten a check at all? You haven't? You guys haven't? You haven't? Okay, so all of you guys raise your hand if you've gotten a check, right? Okay, so if you've gotten a check, you know it works, right? So there's some proof that this works. The thing is, how do we take you from this mindset to this mindset and beyond? How do we do that? You're interested in finding out? Okay, so we're going to talk about it. Thank you, by the way. So all of you guys, think about it. All of you guys that are here, you're Guillermo Haro when he was making $90 a month. I want you to think about this. Do you go to meetings right now? Yes. Okay, so was I. I made $90 that month, but I still went to every single BPM. That's commitment. That's what most people don't do. That's what a job doesn't do for you. A job says show up 8 hours, and then the next day another 8 hours, and you do 5 days in a row, that's 40 hours, and then you do another 40 hours the next week, and then they take 40 hours and 40 hours, they bunch them together, that's 80 hours, then they give you a check minus taxes, right? So that's a job. By the way, it doesn't get too much better than that. Well, this one is not fixed. This one is variable. This one is unlimited. You got to understand our model. This is unlimited. But you, my friend, you have got to raise your mind. Because you will only be paid to the degree that you believe and you act. You will only be paid to the degree that you believe and you act. So do you believe you're going to be making big money? Do you believe you're going to be financially independent? You've got to believe that. And you got to hang around people who encourage that. You got to hang around people who fertilize that thought. Everything that gets fertilized typically grows. So you got to grow the thought that I am going to be financially independent. I am going to make this thing happen. And I'm willing to put in the time, the energy, the effort in order for that to happen. So this was my beginning there. When I went from April at $90 to the next month, $1,500. And I just kept going. So what was my mentality? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Here's what I did. Watch up here. I'd take my fist like this and I would ball it up when I'd be in a meeting right here and I see everybody else. Like, for example, you guys see people go up at Momentum Monday and get recognized, and you see us putting their checks up on Instagram and all that. And I would used to see people like that, and I would just picture myself in their shoes, and I'd ball up my fist like this, like, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. Like, man, grind my teeth, and I was obsessed that I was going to make it. Maybe you don't do that, and maybe you should. Do you tell yourself you're going to make it? Because whatever you say, remember, your brain is a sponge. Whatever you say to yourself, your brain is a sponge. So if your brain is hearing it, and then it remembers it over and over again, and in your sleep it's happening, and in your car it's happening, and in the shower, and wherever you're doing, your brain is recording everything that's going on. Think about it. All the bad news is being recorded too. So whether someone says bad news to you or you say it to yourself, your brain is important, and it's also recording, and it's also naive. It doesn't know if it's false or if it's real. So if it doesn't know that it's false or is it real, then you might as well say things about yourself that you want to happen and then mean it. So what did I tell myself? I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. And I must have said that over and over dozens and dozens of times, maybe hundreds of times every single week. And what happened? Did I make it? Yes. Okay, so what are you saying to yourself? Here's a point. This is like the little mental stuff. You think it's not mental, but it is mental. Now, just mental alone doesn't do it. You actually have to go on the appointment. You actually got to learn how to fill out the app. You actually got to close a client. So it's a different activity. So that's the do it part. So you got to do it with the activity, but you also got to believe it with your mind. And I was in this scenario right here, and I was believing it, and I was going to make it happen. And just look at what happens right here. By the way, you get it going, and here's also reality. Boom, momentum started going. Then I go to an event, got recognized, and then make some pretty good money, and then go back to this right here, and then boom, right back to 95. Look at this, from here to here. So got a little roller coaster. By the way, that's business. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. But the name of the game is for you to stay on it. For you to stay on it. Then boom, my breakthrough came right there, October 2001. Got a $4,000 direct deposit in the business. By the way, that was part-time. So let me just say that to you. 2001 was how long ago? 18 years ago, $4,000 part-time. I was starting to prove my critics wrong. By the way, did I have some of my friends like, hey, you rich yet? What's up, dude? You talk all positive. You were a tie. You rich yet? You guys get that? Hey, you're still in that thing? Yeah, MFer, I'm in that thing. $4,000 thing. Yeah. Stick to it. Listen to me. Listen to me. Your critics, they're right or you're right. But both of you aren't right. They're right or you're right. But both of you aren't right. You with me? Yes. So who's right? Your critics or you? Everybody say, I am. I am. I'm right. So I knew I was right. I knew I was right because I was going to quit. I knew I was right. You got to believe in the industry. Do you believe in the industry? Yes. Here's the deal. People says, well, what does he do? I says, well, two things. Real simple. We take care of people and their family if they die too soon. That's what we do. We take care of families when the breadwinner of that family dies too soon. Yes? Yes. Okay. Second thing. Well, what if you live too long? We take care of you too. What if you're 79 and you already stopped working 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago? You're old and you don't want to be financially challenged. Well, we take care of you then. So if you die too soon or you live too long, we have, as a company, products designed to help you in both scenarios. If you die too soon, got you and your family covered. If you live too long, got you covered. That's what we do. Isn't that simple? What do? If you die too soon, got you covered. If you live too long, got you covered. And everything in between. Now, of course, we do whooshes and we go to meetings and we wear team shirts and all that in the process. Just to give you a little heads up. So let's talk about what happens. By the way, what was my mindset? Next one. Who, are you changing it? Okay. Well, I don't even know why I have this in. All right, go to the next one. I'll just go with you then. All right, so here's my first year, my first official year where I considered myself to be in the business. And here we go. Started to pop. It started to pop. So November 2011, $5,000, $3,000, $2,300. Woo! Right back down. Just, hey, reality happens. I don't know what happened, but it happened. Here it is, February. I didn't, Valentine's Day wasn't very loving. Okay? March, $3,000. Boom. Got my business back going again. You see how it kind of goes like this? But then my next high is pretty high. Went from here, then boom. 60 days later, I went from $450 to $9,300 part-time. So let me ask you all a question. You tell me yes or no. You think I was missing meetings? No. Do you think I was out on the field every week? Yes. Do you think I was making phone calls every day? Yes. Do you think I was prospecting people every day? Yes. Do you think I was distracted? No. Okay. Do you think I was going to Havasu? No. Okay. Rosarito for the fish tacos? No. Okay. Coachella? No. Like some of you guys that are broke, and then I see your Instagrams and you're partying. I know you're young ones. I know. You're broke young ones too. You got to make priorities, man. Here's the message. I was busy building a dream life while other people are distracted. Other people are distracted as hell. They're out hanging out. Like on the Saturday, they're not at a meeting like this. They're out hanging out with some friends. They're watching football games. They're bowling. Here's one thing I can tell you. When you're in the building stage, here I'm building my business, you know what you don't do right here? You don't have hobbies. Here's what I wasn't doing. I wasn't playing golf right here. I wasn't bowling, wasn't going to Coachella, wasn't going to Vegas, I wasn't going to pool parties. I wasn't spending money foolishly. I wasn't spending money trying to look rich at the expense of going broke. Do you know people that are going broke at the expense of trying to look rich? Yes. Foolish. That's what we call tonto. Dumbass. I'm trying to give you every version, right? Be smart. Write this down. This is a Guillermo Haro quote for you. While others were spending, splurging, and wasting. Remember that one, Nick? While others were spending, splurging, and wasting money. While others were spending, splurging, and wasting money, I was making, saving, and investing. To this day, I think I'm the only one that's ever said that, and I invented the quote, and it sounds pretty good. While others were spending, splurging, and wasting, I was making, saving, and investing. I was making money, I was saving money, and I was investing. I was making it, saving it, investing. Making it, saving, and investing. So we'll reference right now my expenses, because here I am starting to make some money. There's a few $1,000, and then there's $9,000, there's another $9,000. My income was starting to take off. By the way, I'm now about a year and a half into the business, and boom, here it is, another little breakthrough. Remember my first one, my first sort of big check was $4,000, and then almost like 7-8 months later, I'd made close to $17,000. Boy, this thing was starting to taste pretty good. This is you. Some of you guys right now, you haven't made any money. You're like 6 months, 9 months away from this. You got to know that. You're probably 40 KTPs from this happening to you. Maybe 22 KTPs, maybe 3 key recruits, maybe 6 key phone calls. Dude, you need a freak recruit. Who is he? You need a freak-ass recruit. You need an Eric Jamalita, don't you? Yes. You need a Juree Vazolay, don't you? Yes. You need a Nick Lancaster. Yes. What if you got a Guillermo Haro? How many of you guys would like to recruit Guillermo Haro and override what I've built? Yes. Okay, all right. So you need one of them to start. You need a freak recruit. Who are they? Are you in hot pursuit to get this freak recruit? You need a freak recruit. You see the best athletes in sports, in basketball? It's those freak athletes. Every team is looking for that freak athlete. The most recent one came out of Duke University, Zion, right? He's a freak. 6'8", 6'9", 270, can jump out the gym, can shoot, shows up to practices. He has a promising career. Don't know what he's going to do, but chances are high. Do you have a freak athlete? Do you have a freak prospect? Who have you looked around? Around your circles, okay, who's a freak athlete? Who's ambitious? Who's got a big market? Who's hungry? Who's already motivated? Who can I talk to that I can see doing like what they do over here? You can already tell. Can you identify talent? I want you to ask yourself, because you are in the talent search business, aren't you? Yes. You are in the talent search business. I'm looking for talented people. I'm looking for people who have hunger, desire. They want a better tomorrow. They want prosperity. They want financial independence. They talk about the good things in life. Who do you know that had money, lost it, now wants to regain it? Write that one down. Who do you know that had money, lost it due to recession, divorce, the market, politics, a freak accident? Who do you know that had money, lost it, now wants to regain it? Those are freak recruits. They got something to prove. You feel me? Yeah. Okay, so you've got to be actively looking for people. Here's the deal. Around this time, some of my key people were coming into my business. Around that time, it was starting to happen. Most of this right here, I want you to know there was personal production. Like you right now. You haven't really haven't made any money, nor have the people underneath you made any money because you haven't made any. Here's the thing that starts to happen. When you start making money, your people latch on. You're making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, like right here. Like right here, I was starting to make some money. I had like 6 guys now made $500, $800, $1,000. So you start making money, your people will start to catch on to that because what? There's a different energy to you. All of you guys that happened, have you made $10,000? How do you feel? Okay, Sophia Wesley, you guys made $10,000. Isn't that a different feeling? Okay, Saeed, you made $10,000. Nusha, you guys made $10,000. How does it feel? Feels freaking awesome. Your team feels it. See, let me just tell you, there's a thing in your body called endorphins. I'm going to get all philosophical and technical with you, right? This is like the deepest part of my conversation I will ever get into, okay? So there's a thing called endorphins, right? Endorphins means like when you feel good, it's like sort of these positive little bubbles. It's like champagne brewing inside of you. You feel me? Okay. How often are you feeling that way? Not enough. So the best of you shows up very rarely. What if every day the best of you showed up? I want you to picture that. What if I want you to picture the best you've ever felt. Like when you won a game, when something really good happened. You got that first date that you've been looking for. You had a really joyous moment. You had a really good incident, a really good experience, a really good happening in your life. How did you feel? Everybody with me on that? Yes. Have you ever just been full of joy? You're just like, man, it's awesome. I love it. Now, I want you to take that feeling and see if you can repeat it over and over every day. That's winning. That's winning. Very few people can do that because most people go right back to the dumps. They go right back to reality. They go right back to being negative. They go right back to buying everybody else's BS. Your ability to stay effectively focused is going to be one of the huge advantages of you feeling good. So, by the way, it's hard work. And it's a mental decision. I've told myself, and I'm not perfect, but man, I'm going to have a great day every day for the rest of my life. I promise to get up, put my 2 feet on the ground, look up to the heavens, and tell the good man upstairs that I'm so grateful. I love him. Thank you for all the blessings you've given me. I have a beautiful wife. I have 3 beautiful kids. I have an incredible life. I'm healthy. I'm full of energy. Thank you. And then I go on and says, Lord, allow me to change other people's lives the way you've been able to change mine. So it's called the grateful, blessed type of feeling that I just know that I'm blessed. It's a different feeling. Now I want you to believe a few slides ago where I was born to now starting to enjoy this. You guys all with me on this? Yes. Okay. So you've got to repeat that really good feeling. When have you felt really good? And then repeat it. And find reasons why you need to repeat it. That's why you need to get a new recruit. I want you to think about it. Have you ever gotten a recruit that's like, man, this guy can make it? See that little internal buzz, that little feeling? You need to get that feeling over and over and over and over again. Are you going to have some disappointments? Yes. You need to know how to stomach the disappointments while you stay focused on the possibilities of all the goodness to come. You will have some disappointments. You got to learn how to bottle up those disappointments and frustration. This is a little psychological thing. I want you to all right now picture you're at a dinner table. Where are you? Okay, everybody with me? Picture yourself being at the dinner table. There's a thing out there called frustration and disappointment. Do you all experience that in the business? Yes. Okay, you get frustrated, you get disappointed, right? So here it is. You're at the dinner table. They just served you some really good food. If it's a chef, just brought, like, I don't know if you're into steak or chicken or beef or chicken or fish or whatever it is. Chicken, pork, shrimp, and fry. What does that mark you? Yeah. Whatever your meals. They brought you your meal. You're getting ready to just grub. It's just going to be awesome, right? But then you get frustrated and disappointed like in the business. And there's a salt shaker and pepper in the center of the table. And frustration is pepper, and disappointment is salt. And you understand that your food needs some of it to taste good, and then too much of it makes it go bad. So here's the point. It's normal for you to be somewhat disappointed and frustrated, enough so that it gives you enough hunger to want to eat more. Don't pour too much salt on your food because you spoil it. So if you buy too much into the disappointment, then that means you quit. You spoiled. So frustration and disappointment is like salt and pepper, excessive amounts on your food, and you spoiled it. Now you no longer have the appetite to want to eat it. So you've got to be able to channel how much pepper and how much salt is going to be put on your food, so therefore you don't get overly frustrated and disappointed. You got to learn how to stomach that. You got to learn how to neutralize it. You got to learn how to not buy into it as much. I get frustrated like everybody else. I get frustrated with some of you guys. But I understand that I can't focus on the frustration. I got to focus on what's going good. Is it there? Is the frustration there? Yes. Is the disappointment there? Yes. But you can't focus on that. You got to focus on what's good. What's good? We got a lot of people kicking butt. What's good is I'm going to do this. What's good is I got another prospect. I got some phone calls. I got some good possibilities. Do you have possibilities in your life? Do you have things that you're doing to create a better tomorrow? So you've got to have those. And this will start to happen. Go on to the next one. So how much, stay right there, stay right there. How much was that the first year at the bottom there? So just shy of $73,000. Look at this right here, part-time. So I still have my real estate mortgage business, and I'm doing WFG part-time, so that's $72,858. What I call my official full year of activity in the business was about $73,000, 72 and change, part-time. By the way, that was back then. You see the dates? Some of you guys weren't even born then. Or almost. Okay, next one. Then I got more committed. Then I got more serious. Then I got more, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I got more of that. And then it started to take off. Now my income was a little bit more consistent. If you notice, no more hundreds. No more hundreds. I was now a thousandaire. I'm a thousandaire. 72, that's 7,000. 11,000, 7,000, 14,000. Look at this. Now my income's starting to get a little bit more consistent. Now, you see how I got new highs? I never had this one before. And then go back down, see? Reality is reality. You go up and then you go down. And then you fight. Boom, I get a new high. And then you go back. Look at this. How'd you like to make 22? And then 2 months later, now you make 2,600. But you got to fight. You got to believe. You got to stay in it. You got to know that you're headed to the top, and you got to fight for those new highs. So this was a new high, that was a new high, and then boom, I'm looking for the next one. So now it says I cracked 100 G's. There it is, $148,000. That was officially my second year in the business. That's $148,000. And here's what you need to know, part-time. I was doing this business part-time. So I had my real estate mortgage business. I still was familiar with that, but at around this time right here, around this time, I was transitioning to the point, okay, I want to do less and less real estate and mortgages. I'm now focused on building my team because Ed Milet was in my ear about building a team instead of being self-employed. Do you understand the difference between a business owner versus self-employed? So if you cut hair, you're self-employed. If you do Uber, you're self-employed. If you're a mortgage guy, you're self-employed. If you have a job, you're an employee. That's worse. If you're a builder, that means you are now building people and you're getting ready to start earning some overrides. And the overrides is what takes your income to amounts that you can never do by yourself. Amounts that you can never do by yourself. So that was officially year 2 there. Go on to the next one. Now my business took off. So what was year number 1? 70 what? 72,000. Year number 2? 148. You're number 3. 323. Okay. Let me tell you what happens. Write these down. Ready? Let me know when you're ready. Everybody say ready. Ready. Okay, number 1. Serious commitment. If it's one thing you'll ever remember Guillermo Haro by, serious commitment. I mean, I was committed. Still uncommitted. Just serious commitment to WFG. Serious commitment. Number 2, consistent. I'm just consistent. They say consistent is a trademark of winners. Do me a favor, put that on, bro. Commitment. Consistency. Number 3, cash flow motivated. Are you cash flow motivated? Are you turned on by the idea of making big money? I don't know about you, but it excites me, the idea of making big money. Make that $33,000 here, March 2004, made $33,000. I see my statement, I see that, I was like, man, I made $33,000. This is awesome. I love it. Give me some more. And I'm willing to go on another appointment, talk to more people, show up to the next meeting, go get some more prospects, make some more phone calls, talk to the guy, follow up on the guy, deliver the policy. Just fire it up. Look at this, man. Money's not everything, but I'll take it. And then some. Y'all with me? Yes. If money's not everything, how come every time they give you some, you don't give it back? You ever notice when people say, oh, money's not everything? Really? Well, give me all that you have then. Or when you get paid, it says money's not everything, so give it back. According to your theory, money's not everything, so give it back. See, it's the biggest crock of you know what they'll give you. It's BS. Money isn't everything, but it's up there with oxygen. Not too many things you can do without it, especially if you got a wife. Okay? All of you got a married, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Juancito, you know what I'm saying? These wives are needy, boy, so anyway. You could laugh, my goodness. There we go. Okay, so I want to share this with you. New high. So where was I when remember those $90? $90, $90, $90? Do you have the ability to know that, yeah, I know I'm at $90 right now, but hey, this is going to happen. By the way, it wasn't too far from there. It wasn't too far. It was about, a year and a half, 2 years later, I went from $90 to, $33,000 in 1 month. I know, you don't believe it. That's your problem. That's your problem. You don't believe it. You think it's for someone else. You think you have to be special. No, I was committed. What did I just tell you? I was serious commitment. See, your commitment's not there yet. Okay? I was consistent. Are you consistent? What do I mean by consistent? Do you constantly bring guests to every meeting? That's consistent. Your job is to introduce guests to our BPM every single Tuesday and Saturday. That's when your BPMs are. So if you have Tuesday and Saturday or Wednesday and Saturday, every BPM, your job is to drive guests to that BPM. Because those guests create top 25 lists. We go see their friends and family. We go see their mamas and daddies and neighbors and brothers and sisters. And we start writing business, and boom, these big checks start to happen. So you got to know that commitment to always bringing guests. Your guest attendance is shaky when people bring guests. Look at the people in your office who always bring guests. They're the ones always up on stage. They're the ones that always get the big checks. They're the ones that always have this excitement in their life. If you bring guests, the excitement rolls in your life and it stays there. You've got to be fired up about that. Your job is to populate the BPM. Everybody with me? Yes. Okay, next one. Boom, business took off. From $323,000 to the following year, $751,000. I've got my $750,000 ring. So if you notice, my income was $72,000. What was it? 148, 323. From 323, $750,000. New highs. There it is. Boom. Finally got. It was March 2005, $60,000. Then the next day. By the way, look at my consistency. 28, 60, 82. Like boom, boom, boom. You think I was at Coachella? You think I was at happy hour? You think I had bowling league? What about like knitting league? You think I was playing dominoes? Seriously, think about it. You think I was lollygagging with my friends, hanging out, watching football games on Sunday? No. You think I was totally in the game? Are you totally in the game? This happens when you get totally in the game. When you decide to get totally in the game, that means you're just after it. Let me tell you the criticism I was going through right here. So my cousins, my friends, relatives, they would have carne asadas in their backyard. Nope, can't make it because I have an appointment. Well, are you coming to the quinceañera? Nope. I have BPM in the morning and I have KTPs in the afternoon. Are you coming to the party, the birthday party we're going to have for our kid? Nope, I have KTPs. So was I receiving criticism and a little chastising because of my success that I was getting and then I was no longer part of the norm? Was I going through that? Yes, you're going to suffer that. Your family would think all you think about is money. You're money hungry. Money's all on your mind. I said, that's fine. I appreciate your opinion, but you keep your thoughts and I'm going to roll with my plan because one day you'll still be in that same frame of mind and I'll be completely free. See, what it does is if you start getting pretty good with this, so like for example this month, because I only needed so much money to live on, I saved like, I don't know, like $54,000. Saved it. Saved most of it. Saved most of it. Saved most of it. Look how much money I was saving every single month. So saying when I started to get myself to the point where I was making all this money, then I was saving all of it. So I was creating a future freedom. You making big money creates a massive freedom in the future. One day when you have $2 million saved, you can go to all the carne asadas you want. Matter of fact, you can host them. And they'll be first class. They're not like in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So now you'll be in a position where you can do that, but now money liberates you. It frees you up. If you had $2, $3, $4, $5 million saved, would you need a job? See, it's the poor man who needs a job. It's not the financial independent who needs jobs. Financial independent look for investment opportunities. The poor people look for jobs. We got this thinking all screwed up. True? Okay, so I'm trying to go there with you. New high. New high. Look at this. What's it like to go 59,000, 80,000, 86,000, $92,000. Boom, 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 boom. In the game, fired up, bringing guests, bringing guests. By that time, I had recruited Nick Lancaster. By that time, I had recruited J.R. Mejia. By that time, I recruited several of the other, Anthony McGowan. I recruited several of the people that I have on my team. Now I was starting to spit out SMDs. I had an office in Pomona where we had, I don't know, it was like 3 times the size of this right here. It was like this wide. We had 200 people showing up to the BPM. I have 100 guests. I still hold the company record. 299 base shop recruits in 1 month. Actually, it was 301, but they didn't put the last 2 because they rolled over into the next month. I was pissed. For whatever reason, I don't know. I hold the company record in the game. In the game. To this day, I mean, if you got 100 base shop recruits, you're like God. You're a hero. Well, I did 3 times that. This was what was starting to happen right here. Next one. Oh, let's go back to right here. Go back one. Is it, I think, keep your eye on that date right there. What date? April 2005, how much? 82,000. Let's just keep it at 82. Matter of fact, can we round it up? 82. Should we do the acorn thing like on the app? Should we? April 2005, let's call it 83,000. Will you give me that? Yes. $83,000 a month. April 2005, Guillermo Haro made about $83,000 in 1 month. Got it? Yes. Okay. Go to the next one. You know that dude right there? Yeah. Where do I live at? 2410 North Town Avenue, unit number 2. There's my little 1-bedroom condo, Ghetto, Pomona, 91767. My mortgage balance on my house was $150,000. By the way, I was buying a home, not renting one. So $150,921 was my principal balance on my house. There's my loan number. And now let's go to my payments. And it says right here, my payments, my payment right there was, says $515.02. My interest was 404, my impounds, and there's my payment. So my payment was 515 bucks. How much money did I make that month? And by the way, what's the date? April 2005. My mortgage payment to put a roof over my head was $515, but how much did I make that month? Ay, way. I know. Well, if you're making so much money, why do you live in the hood? Why don't you have, by the way, I didn't have a couch. I had $83,000 income that month, but I didn't have a couch. Didn't need one. I didn't have anybody over my house. My one-bedroom condo, I'd check in at 11:30, 12 o'clock, like eating after the meeting, after a BPM or KTPs. 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock, wake up, brush my teeth, use the restroom, change, shower, get out, boom. Then the next day, do it all over again, do it all over again. So I wake up in the morning, go build my business, come home tired, go to sleep. So basically my condo was like a cheap motel. That's all it was. I had my clothes there. That I remember, I didn't even have food in my refrigerator because I was always eat out. So I'd get there at night and rest, wake up in the morning, change, shower, brush my teeth, use the restroom, get out. Making money, saving money, saving money, saving money. While others were spending, splurging, wasting, I was making, saving, and investing. My expenses were super low. My office expense was like $4,000 or $5,000 for my lease. I had my car insurance. I had my, got to buy some clothes and a tie and shoes and, money to eat. But basically, most of my money, I was saving it, stacking it. I wasn't doing what everybody else was doing. Like some of you guys that start to make money, and I see some of your activities, and you're out buying stupid stuff. Big mistake. Big mistake. Become financially independent first. Keep the main thing the main thing. Don't you get stupid with your money. Remember, a fool and his money shall quickly part. A fool and his money shall quickly part. They do not stay the same. Foolish people can't hold on to money. You not be one of them. Foolish people can never hold on to money. They're so quick to part with it. It's like the money burns a hole through their hand. Some of us have reference of how many foolish activities, so many people that have started to make money, and some of the stupid decisions they make. Here's another thing I would tell you. Like a lot of my leaders, they start making money. They come in and check with a big brother here. And then I tell them how to negotiate to buy houses, to buy cars, how to lease offices, whether they should do it, not do it. You have that with me. I'm your financial advisor, if I will. You get to SMD, you start to make some money, you come have a conversation with me. I think I know what I'm doing. And by the way, I'm a guy that practices what he preaches. Not a guy just from stage like, hey, do this, and then you see him doing something else. I literally built a fortress of financial security right from the beginning, and I'm giving you proof of it right here. By the way, you see my interest rate, 5.2. I don't know if that was good or bad, and I was in the mortgage business before that too. So go on to the next one. There's my payment. Right over back. There it is. For some of you guys in the back that couldn't see it, there's my mortgage payment right there. 515 bucks. I did that slide for you guys in the back. Just pretty cool. So 515. Next one. Let's talk about saving money. So there's that guy right there. There's back then, this is the office I recruited Eric Jamalita into and Anthony McGowan, 981 Corporate Center Drive. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember that office, 981 Corporate Center Drive. How much money did I have saved? Go to the next one. How much? In one account. So remember all those months I was making all that money? Stacking it, saving it, preparing for big things to happen. So some of you guys saying, well, that's good that you made all that money, but I haven't made any. Well, you're on your way, dude. Get some guests to the BPM. Get some guests to the BPM. Get the license. You've completed your 10 KTPs already, haven't you? You've minimum done 10 KTPs. You do 10 KTPs, you get it. You understand what's going to happen. And you get to the client and you explain the, the little concept we have here. This is debt, this is the life insurance, this is retirement, this is a college education, this is emergency fund. What can we help you with, Mr. and Mrs. Client? That's cake. This is term, this is IUL, this is how we can roll over your money, this is the bad news about a 401k, this is how it would be best with us in an index annuity, these are all the benefits. I mean, you can have those conversations. That's a pretty simple thing. Learn that. By the way, how do you learn that? You go on enough of them. You got to be in a hurry to book KTPs. This amount of money that I was starting to save was all because I got really sharp at the KTP. If you get good with this KTP, man, you're going to change your life forever. You're going to be financially independent. This is real. This is legit. This is not some BS story. This is not hype. This is not maybe, probably, it could happen. No, this has happened to me and to many people in the organization, many people in WFG. This is your future. And if you notice, people said, do you have a Ferrari? Yep, I sure do. Where is it? On my statement. So I didn't go buy a Ferrari. I didn't go buy a Lambo. I can buy 10 of them. Matter of fact, I do have 10 of them. All of them are in my investment accounts. All of them. So I still like nice stuff, but I'm a cheap ass. I don't want to give someone 400 grand, 300 grand for freaking rubber and wheels. I don't. So they might get me one day. Might be next week. They might get me sooner or later. All right, next one. Look at this. Here's my E-Trade account. Some of you guys have seen this before. Let's go back to the date right there. What date is that? Some of you guys can see that? Say it. March 2005. So there it is. March 2005. I'm in the midst of building my business, saving my money. And here's my investment account there. By the way, do you see my login? I don't remember me doing that, but they just gave me that name or whatever it is. That's pretty cool. And if it says market value, and you notice right here, my account is up 15.24% that cycle. So now my money is starting to make money. So I'm making money at KTPs, but then my money is making money all by itself. So what's it like to have $100 and some thousand that made 15%? That's 15,000, almost like, I don't know, 16,920 bucks. And by the way, here's my, you guys remember Nextel? Yeah, it went Nevertel. Nextel, Cash, Cheesecake Factory, Aegon. Those are some of my holdings back then. Of course, you get in and out of stuff. By the way, Nextel actually made me some money. Look at that. I made $276 that day on Nextel. Some of you guys don't even remember Nextel. Yeah. Anyway, so go to the next one. So, for you in the back, $127,000 in that account. So let's do some math real quick. How much did I have in Foothill Independent? 282 plus? 127. Add it up? Un chingo. Y dos costales. How much? No, dude. 282 plus 127. How much? So 400 grand on two accounts. 400 grand cash just on two accounts. That's just two accounts. Do you think I had more? Yeah, next one. And then I have a Pac Live VUL. My registered rep was Edward Milet III. Edward Milet IV. How much money am I putting into my IUL? So I'm committed. Not only do I have Transamerica IUL, but I also have Pacific Life IUL. And look at my, go to the next one. My cash value starting to grow, got 28,888. So you know this is going to make money. All my Chinese friends will really like that one. 888. How about that? So I got $420-some thousand worth of coverage. My cash value is starting to grow. I'm putting in $1,500 a month. So while others were spending, splurging, wasting, I was making, saving, and investing, making, saving, and investing. My money is making money. I'm trying to get to this point. There's going to come a point in your life where you make money, your team makes money, your money makes money, your properties make money, your other investments make money to the point where now you'll have money raining into your life every day from different sources. Anybody want to sign up for that life? Okay. That's why you're here. You're in the money business of the money business versus other people that are trying to make money selling girdles or makeup, right? Or supplements or pills or vacation plans. We're in the money business of the money business. This is a money product. We sell a money product and we make money selling money products. That all makes sense. What a difference, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. That's another. Now, here we go, December of that year. We're still at 2005. So let's look at my financial statement, like what I've told you. Angela, I've told you this before, right? You guys start making money, we're going to talk. Every single month, listen closely. Every single month, my wife and I sit down and we go over my financial statement. Let's just go right on what is it? No, not Excel. What's the other one? Word doc. Go to regular Word doc. Boom. Guillermo Haro. There's and I was doing this all by myself. I heard rich people track their money. Rich people study their money. And here it is. I was starting to make my money. So Foothill Independent had $282,000 saved there. Bank of the West, my checking account had $143,000. My savings account had $19,000. My Van Kempen mutual funds that Ed Milet signed me up on had $70,000. My E-Trade account, $141,000. Transamerica IDEX, this is a regular mutual fund account, $93,000. Prudential, $6,800. VUO with Pac Life was at $34,000. Western Reserve Life, which is now the new Transamerica, had $38,000 in my cash value. My Bank of America checking account had $281,000, and my savings account had $128,000. So I'm a cash millionaire. You take my accounts, add them up. Anybody done that so far? It's almost done. That's a lot of adding. $1.7 million cash, December 2005. By the way, how long ago was that? I know, you're not impressed. I am. $1.7 million cash? This is 2005? Let me ask you all a question. Let's just be real. If I was a construction worker, do you think I'd ever have this? No. If I was a nurse? No. If I was a school teacher? No. Those are all great people. If I was a cop? No. If I had a badge? No. If you're an independent contractor with the opportunity to build a team whereby you must recruit people and skill them, prepare them to also go do the same, and you do it repeatedly, you do it consistently, you do it with passion, you do it with consistency, you're just after it, you got serious commitment. This happens to you. It put me in a completely different space than all my family members. All of a sudden there was this massive gap between me versus my cousins that worked in a restaurant, that managed some factory, that worked paycheck to paycheck. It completely separated us completely. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I will take this life over a paycheck to paycheck life. Wouldn't you? Yes. Okay. With this also comes a high degree of responsibility. You got to understand that it's harder to keep money than it is to make it. It is harder to keep it than to make it. So that's why you got to be financially strong. You got to be mentally tough. You got to be prepared to sustain and keep all this wealth, because wealth naturally makes more wealth. If you're a good steward of it, wealth naturally makes more of it. If you're horrible with it, if you're bad, then it'll quickly part. Remember, a fool and his money shall quickly part. It's oil and water. If you are foolish, if you are stupid with money, you won't have any of it. Y'all with me? Yes. Have you seen people, you've heard people out there? Mike Tyson, during his boxing career, made $200 million. 3 years after his boxing career is over, he's broke. He's a fool with money. What happens? They quickly part. You don't be a fool. You don't be a tonto. You don't go pretend like you're rich and start to spend it all and buy all kinds of stupid stuff, because quickly you will go broke. The nature of it is to continue to grow it and grow it and grow it and grow it and grow it so that you and your kids and their kids, you have generational wealth. You know, my two sons, they're set up pretty nicely here. And every day we talk about, if you do anything stupid, if you do anything foolish, this money right here will go to charity, not to you. So my sons are fully aware that their job is to stay on top of this right here, stay in alignment with Daddy, because when I when you grow up, all of this is going to go to you, so therefore you grow it to the next level and grow it to the next level. Isn't that this whole thing is about? Yep. What are we doing here? Aren't we trying to go to the next level? Yes. Isn't your mentality trying to go to the next level? Yes. Your progress, yes. Your confidence, yes. Your wealth, yes. Your ability to help people? Yes. Everything's about the next level, yes. Not the last level or the level below. Everything's about the next level. So you need to be all about the next level. And if you're about the next level, then you need to be about it, you need to talk about it, and you need to teach it, and you need to respect it. This is something that you must commit to over and over again. It's not easy, and neither is being broke. You all with me? Yes. Okay. So now you have a better understanding. This is the mindset you need to have. All of this comes to you. Now, here it is. Does this make me be a better husband? Yes. Absolutely. Making me be a better dad. Yeah, because the traditional dad is stressed about finances, while this dad is not stressed out about finances. When I go to home, my kids, we're not having money issues. We're not fighting about money. You know, you're probably like me. Did you grow up watching your mom and dad argue about money? Yeah. Okay. Angelica and I don't argue about money. Other than, like, sometimes her allowance. Like, how much do you need for that purse? Are you kidding me? Like, do you know what purses cost nowadays? Like, just go to Ross and get one of those little... Just go to Ross, dude. $3,000 for a freaking bag. Are you kidding? Well, it's got this bird on it or whatever the hell. It's like, I don't... What is it? Pony Perk or what is it? What's it called? How do you know that? Anyway. You fired up or what? Yeah. Hey, this is your future, man. Seriously. You know who I got started on this right here? Mike Betancourt, Danny Farias, Yariv, Eric, J.R. Mejia, starting to build wealth, starting to accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars. Save, 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 accumulate. And by the way, you look at them, they still dress nice. They still have nice cars. I'm not saying drive a hoopty and have all this money. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying be very cautious with how you do it. And by the way, you're getting ready to buy a big purchase? Wait 2 years. Getting ready to buy a nice house? Wait 2 years. Getting ready to buy a nice car? Wait 2 years. Getting ready to make a big financial move? Wait 2 years. Keep stacking it some more. Before you buy something, accumulate the next goal. For example, like my wife and I a couple of years ago, we wanted to buy a Sprinter because my wife has a G-Wagon, a Mercedes G-Wagon, and all of a sudden it's just, you know, our kids are growing. We got a lot of shit. I got golf clubs. We were going places and we just couldn't fit. Like it wasn't comfortable. So I said, hey, we need to get a Sprinter. Like, you know, some of these people that have these big old vans and they're all tricked out inside and everything. And we went to go price them. So then you got to buy the Sprinter and then you got to take it to this custom shop and they go in there and they freak it all out. They buy all this stuff. And we added the whole thing. It's like, you know, $300 and something thousand for a tricked out Sprinter because it's got plasmas, it's got bars in there. There's a couch thing that converts into a bed. You got captain chairs. Angelica put like Chanel, you know, that little diamond thing, Chanel, the bags. She put all that shit on the roof. Like, do we need a bag on the roof? It's like, honey, it's cute. Like, so she was more certain. She closed my ass, right? So we did the whole thing, $300 and some thousand for a Sprinter. I says, okay, in order for us to get that Sprinter, we got to save another $300,000. So get busy, save, 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 save. Boom, saved another $300,000. Now we had money, separate money, to go buy the Sprinter for $300,000. We bought that cash. So before you go spend money, make sure you save the equivalent of it to secure your situation. Now we have that $300,000 saved, and we have the separate Sprinter paid off. I'm not really big on payments. And if you are going to have payments, make sure you really negotiate the terms and the interest and how it's going to work in your favor, not theirs. Learn how to negotiate. The art of negotiating is also one of the things you must learn. I've learned that in life, your personality will work for you or against you. Your ability to negotiate or not be able to negotiate will work for you or against you. Your work ethic will work for you or against you. Your charm, your persuasion will work for you or against you. So you better get some of the characteristics, some of the traits of the successful people. Successful people typically know how to negotiate. Successful people typically build great relationships. They have a personality that attracts people, not runs them away. Your personality must be one of those that attracts people to the point where you're likable, you're not offending people, they like you, there's humor, there's like, they have a good time around you. Do your people like you? People got to like you. You're in the people like you business. Your clients better like you or else they don't buy, they don't sign, they don't give you their routing number and their checking account. You feel me? Yes. So people have got to like you. As a leader, people have got to like you. I'm not talking about to the point where you're kissing their ass for them to like you. I'm talking about just you be a genuine. Guillermo Haro is just a genuine dude. I don't know if you like me or don't like me, but you know what you get with me. I'm straight up. I'm fair, but I'm firm. I'm fair, but I'm firm. You can't push me around, not some little weenie. And then I'm not going to push you around either because I respect you. So we have a sincere friendship. You look at all my guys, we have a very honest, sincere friendship to the point where we connect. Some of you guys even that are not SMDs, I already see who you're going to turn into, and there's already an interest in me trying to pursue a relationship with you because I know you're the next guy. Hey, do something so I really know who you are. Yeah. Do something so I notice you. Recruit some people. I'll notice who you are. Write some business. Show up to the meeting. By the way, I always ask, for example, I talk to some of your leaders, I say, who's hot? Who's on your team that's hot? Give me 3 or 4 names. Does your name pop up? Do you bring guests? One of the ways to get noticed here is you always bring guests. So here's Guillermo Haro. When I was there, before I made like that 72,000, 2 or 3 guests at every BPM. Saturday, 2 or 3 guests. Tuesday, 2 or 3 guests. 2 or 3 guests. 2 or 3 guests. So my focus was getting 2 to 3 guests at every single BPM, every single week for years. That is your job. Listen closely to me on this right here. Ready? Hello? Yes. You own a movie theater. What do you own? Movie theater. You own a movie theater. Every Saturday morning, you run a movie. The name of the movie is called BPM. How many people come to your movie theater to watch the movie? Oh, none. What about last week? None. What about last week? Before that? None. Your movie theater is broke. You own a movie theater. Every Tuesday night. By the way, you guys meet on Wednesday or Wednesday. Okay, Tuesday, whatever. You know what I'm saying. If you meet on Wednesday, I mean Tuesday, and if you meet on Tuesday, you know I mean Wednesday. So every Tuesday night, you own a movie theater by which you and your other business partners must populate the seats in that movie theater, and up on the projector, you throw a movie called BPM. And some of the people really like the movie, and they tell other people about it. Some of them don't like the movie, and they never come back. And then next week, it's the same movie shown to new people. And the next week, it's the same movie to new people. By the way, you saw the movie the first time, didn't you? Yes. And then you liked it. Didn't you? Yes. You liked it, right? Yes. And then you told others to come liked it too. And then we build a business based on like it, and boom. This right here was all the revenue from all the people who came to see the movie. And then they bought the popcorn, and they bought the hot dogs, and the licorice, and the sodas. You have a movie theater, dude. I don't know if you knew that. You own a movie theater. If you're licensed and in someone's office, you are part owner of that movie theater. Your job is to populate those seats so that they show the movie. The name of the movie is BPM. And if you keep populating those seats in that movie theater every Tuesday night and every Saturday morning, then this will happen to the owners of the movie theater. I got that. I understood. I heard that analogy one time. I was like, wow, that's freaking awesome. That's exactly what it is. It's a freaking movie theater. A cinema. You show a movie and it's called BPM, and that movie changes people's lives. Have you ever seen a movie that just really, like Pursuit of Happiness? Did you guys see that movie, Pursuit of Happiness? Yes. Didn't it just get you? Yes. Okay. Well, the people who made that movie and owned the movie theater, they made billions of dollars. There's millions and billions of dollars to be made by providing a product that can affect people's life. My life was affected because I went to the movie theater that one time. I saw a presentation, a movie called the BPM, and I signed up, and then I met the guy who owned the movie theater. His name is Ed Milet, and then he trained me how to make other movie theaters. You know how many movie theaters we have now in America today? 77. Team Conquer has some 77 offices throughout the United States. We just opened up our newest one in Jacksonville, Florida. If you know anybody in northern Florida, you need to connect with us. Jacksonville, Florida, that's like where Georgia, and Florida meet in that geographical area. We just opened up our newest one. Is that amazing or what? Yes. Pretty interesting. The kid that was in Mexico that now has an office in Jacksonville, Florida, to this day, that still blows me away. I see these pictures and like, that was me, and now I have an office in Jacksonville, Florida. By the way, have I ever been to the office? No. Do I pay the lease there? No. The air conditioner? No. Did I buy the chairs? No. The projector? No. Do they send me a check every Tuesday and every Friday because that office exists? Yes. A toda madre. You understand that too, right? Yeah. Next. My 6th year. $1.345 million. How long is it going to take you? How long have you been here? How long is it going to take for you to make your first $1 million? Are you kidding me? Look at this. 108,000, 75,000, one new high, 99,000, 136, 99, boom, boom, boom. Look at this. Look at the consistency of it. $1.3 million a year. What year was that? 2006. The year you graduated high school? Thank you for making me feel rich and old. You guys want to look at it a little bit more? Or should we move on?
Yeah.
What do you own?
Movie theater.
What do you own?
A movie theater.
And then every Tuesday and every Saturday, your job is to what? To put butts in chairs. That's your job, dude. If you put butts in chairs in your movie theater that you partially own, this happens. And do it more intensely. Do it more with more commitment. Do it just by the bolos. Bring 6, 7 guests. Instead of just your one confirm 15, so therefore 6 show up. You feel me?
Yes.
The problem is you play too small and you expect a lot. Tell me that's not the case. You invite 1 or 2 people, you expect both of them to show up, and then you want both of them to be Guillermo Haros. You notice that shit don't work? You notice? So you got to talk to this many people respond, this many people say they're going to come, and then this many come, and then this many sign up. So for you to get this many to sign up, you need to talk to this many. That's the deal. Don't try to negotiate it. Don't try to outsmart it. Don't try to think, oh, no, I got the shortcut. You don't. Can you tell you don't? Can you tell you don't? Yes. You got to do the work, dude. You got to do the work. You got to talk to this many people. This many will answer the phone. This many will say they're coming. This many show up. This many sign up. So talk to this many. Responses, confirmations, show up, sign up. Write those down. Write those down, just so you know. Number of people you prospect. I'll put it right here. Number of people you prospect. Number of people who actually respond, pick up the phone. Number of people who actually confirm they're coming. Number of people who actually show up. And then number of people who actually sign up. You cannot fight it. One more time. Number of people you prospect. Number of people that respond. Number of people that confirm. Number of people who show up to the BPM. Number of people who sign up. Audrey, make sense?
Yes.
You cannot fight. That is the recipe no matter how it is. By the way, every single business runs this way. I'll prove it to you. Ready? Yes. You're a high-end restaurant. Do you prospect? Yes. Yes. How do you prospect? Commercials, word of mouth, Yelp, Zulu, all that, right? Okay, so you prospect. How many people respond? How many of them confirm a reservation at your restaurant? How many of them actually show up? How many of them actually pay a tab? It's in every business. Midas Mufflers, same thing. Chili's, same thing. Shoe store, same thing. Movie theater, same thing. WFG, same thing. You need to be a business owner. You need to understand business. As a business person, you must prospect a lot of people. So many people respond. So many people confirm. So many people show up. So many people buy or sign up. That is a process. That's how it works. You cannot negotiate it. You must do the work. The price must be paid in full upfront. The price must be paid. The price meaning the effort, the contacts, the skill, the confidence you need to gain. The price must be paid in full upfront. If you notice, all those months when Guillermo Haro had zeros in income, and then my first $80 check, the price was being paid in full upfront. The price of my effort, the price of my commitment, the price of my attendance, the price of all the work I was putting in. So like I said, at the beginning, WFG is a lot of work and very little pay. And then towards the latter part, it's a lot of pay. And then the system runs by itself. You don't necessarily have to work as hard. Do I work as hard now as like in 2003, 2004? No. I'm not going to lie to you. You're a farmer. You plant seeds, and then you reap a harvest. You understand that? You put seeds in the ground, and then God works in your favor. The seeds grow a crop. And then you chop the crop, and then you eat it, and you enjoy it. Do I still work? Yes, I'm working right now. I don't have to be here. I told these guys I was coming, and I kept my word, but I don't have to be here. I went to my BPM this morning. I don't have to be there. Do you think I have, based on my economic position, do you think I have to be at BPMs? No. But I owe you the opportunity to see proof in the making. I care that my people on my team, if I sold you the dream directly or indirectly, if I've ever talked to you, I've given you hope and inspiration, and I'm here to back it up. If it's one thing G will do for you, he says something, he's going to do it. You feel me? Yes. So I want you to get here, and in order for you to get here, it's probably good that you see living proof of it. Ed Milet was that living proof for me. It's like he would show up, and he was financially independent. It's like, dude, so if you're rich, why do you have to come here? It's like, dude, I owe you that. Wow, so I think I need to do it too. And then when you make it, you got to show the other guy who's trying to make it. Yes?
Yes.
Next one. More millions. 7th year. And it keeps going. So 2005 made my first million, and here we are. They just keep going. Go. Then I was able to buy a house. So I went from a 1-bedroom condo to a 10,000 square foot house. So this right here, let me show you my property. Many of you have been in my home. I bought that house. I slept in my 1-bedroom condo one night, and then the next night I slept here. Everybody in my neighborhood are big-time business owners. There's no employees where I live at. There's no one who has a job at, Ross. Little side hustle with Uber. Is that amazing or what? Okay, so let me ask you this. When I went to my interview with Ed Milet, when I signed up my AMA, I put down my credit card for the $100. If Ed Milet would have told me, hey, dude, you don't even know this, but you're going to work your ass off, and you're going to buy into this movie theater concept, and you're going to invite guests, and not too far in the distant future, 6, 7 years from now, you're going to live in a crib like this. You think I would have believed him? No. Like right now, you don't believe it. Right now, you're Guillermo Haro. When I got started making my $0 to $80, right now, some of you guys are there. Not too far in the distant future, I don't know, for some of you guys, it's 2024. 2024, something like this is waiting for you, but you got to work your ass off. Super committed. At every meeting, at every BPM, getting skilled, learning how to do this, getting good at WFG. Spend your time, your money, your resources at getting good at WFG. It is worth every dime you put into it. From an emotional standpoint, from an economic standpoint, every dollar you put into this business will come back to you 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold. I had no idea I was going to live here one day. When I actually moved into the house, I'm like, I can't believe I'm sleeping here. And then I looked out right here from this area right here in my house, out towards the west, because this like downtown LA is over here, and it was a clear day, and I saw the skyline of downtown LA, and I looked over towards my pool. And by the way, I built all this. This house was just a skeleton of a house, and all this was dirt. So that palm tree right there, I put that in there. See all this? My magueyas, I put all that in there. That bush right there, I put that in there too. See all this right here? That pool, built that. My cabana, all that. I put everything in there. Paid for cash. This is you if you put those butts in chairs. If you save your money. If you don't become foolish with some of your economic decisions. If you work on your emotional intelligence. If you do some of these things, this is your future. By the way, I don't even know that you want this. Maybe you don't. But whatever you want, that's there for you if you put butts in chairs. Feel me, Austin? Yeah. If you put butts in chairs. If you know how to do a little presentation. And then you just get excited about it, and you do it, and you do it, you do it. And you intensify your efforts. Say that with me. One more time. That's the problem. Too many people are too casual. See, I was really intense about this. You notice Eric Zimbalita? He's intense. There's something to be said about a person that's intense. That means there's an internal fire. There's passion. There's desires. Like, man, I want this. I want this thing to work for me. And I'm going to do all the necessary work. I'm going to take the sacrifices, the little bit of the criticism. Hey, are you rich yet? Are you a millionaire yet? I was taking those arrows too, just like you. And I was delaying my gratitude. I wasn't enjoying the fruits of my labor when I was putting in the labor. So I wasn't going to Havasu. I was no Coachella for me. I wasn't going to Vegas to the pool parties. I wasn't going on to Rosaritos for the fish tacos. I wasn't doing movie night. I wasn't doing bowling night. I wasn't doing any of that. I had no hobbies. I wasn't playing golf. Like now I play golf at some of the nicest places in the world because that's what it's all about. Work your ass off, build it, enjoy it. You don't have a whole lot to enjoy when you don't have any money. It blows me away how people go to happy hour and they're broke. What the hell are you happy about? Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Next one. This business also landed me my wife. And for some of you guys, how many single guys in here? Raise your hand if you're a bachelor. Make $200,000 or $300,000. Watch to see how marketable you become. All of a sudden, dog, you look far more handsome. Your posture is a little bit more. Just walk around like you're the shit. So I met Angelica March 2008. I already had that house. I already had a fortress. I already had lots of money saved. And by no accident, I met her. And it's like I just knew it. Like, that's it. Had some prospects before that, but this was it. My dream recruit. Two people in love aiming at the same goal is an unbeatable, unstoppable combination. Find your person that you're going to build it with. Now it just cemented the relationship. Our business is so much better because Angelica's in it, because it's just she bought the other side that I didn't have. I'm not a woman, and I can't talk to you like a woman. So she can. So that's cool. So we built the business together. From what I already had. We already had this, but then we built it north of that. And that's just the beauty of this right here. Is that awesome or what? It's just, some of you guys that know my wife personally, you just understand what kind of incredible human being. I'm just so blessed and blessed and grateful that that happened. Next one. And then look at these guys. Is that amazing or what? This little dude right here, I don't know if you can tell. He's intense, boy. He's intense. And then Tiger, look at this, man. You can't get more handsome than that, huh? And I know they look like me. Thank you. Hey, man, this is an American dream, dude. Yeah. I want you to think about that. I got a beautiful family, beautiful wife. Look at my business, my home, all the great people that make this happen. You need to go get this. Don't you want this? Yes. I don't know about you, but I wanted this. I wanted that American dream. The home, the cash, the wife, the kids, the travel, the clothes, the experience, the confidence, the relationships, the dinners, all the foo-foo shit, all that. The Chanel on the roof. I look at it, it's like, there's my 20 G's. $20,000 worth of freaking Chanel chingadera, right? Freaking crazy, man. It's amazing. Next one. That's so. Some of you guys don't know this, but that's my daughter. Way before Angelica, Sophia, she's 17 years old, going to be 18. By the way, doesn't she look exactly like me? Yes. There it is. So these are my great inheritors. I know you would want to be one of them. Wow, so the beautiful thing, man. Next. Some of the parties that we have here. By the way, that's an actual video. Isn't that cool? We have parties at my house. To this day, I don't know of anyone who throws a party like us. We have parties to die for. By the way, what's it like to be at a party like this? The food, the drinks. Look at that big old TV screen right there. Big old, that's it. And then we had a party. I raffled my Bentley. We have a blast, man. You talk about working your butt off, making big money, and enjoying it. What'd someone say? I said I almost won it. Yeah, almost. Yeah. Yep. Real close. What did I say? Close but no cigar? Not that you smoke cigars. I don't even know where that came from. Yep. So Eric almost won it. That's true. By the way, the guy who won my Bentley, he rolled up in a Rolls Royce and then got the winning ticket for the Bentley. It's not the guy who drove up in a hoopty who won the Bentley. It's the guy who rolled up in a Rolls Royce. So like money attracts money for some reason. There it is. So pretty cool. See this right here? I built that. 52 by 38. 12 people can fit in there. I put that cabana in there. It's about 30 feet right here, and it's about $100,000 worth of appliances. If you know the brand Viking, everything's Viking. I know, you don't know anything about it. Neither did I. And by the way, look at the other homes that live in my neighborhood. Look at this. Is that cool or what? Yes. Okay, next. Yep, a lot of nice people. You in there? Where's Eric? We'll find him. Next. Eric, what you looking at? Why comes the video not rolling? Yeah, there it is. It is a video. At my house. You notice me in the background there supervising, making sure everything's running smoothly? Right there. Right there, look. You can see my go-to. It's like, yeah, everything's running smooth. Right, we had some... By the way, Angelica was okay with it too, so I said, let's roll. No problem. We need to throw another party. That'd be pretty cool. If I throw a party like this and you had to do 2 recruits and 5 apps, how many people qualify? Let me see. Oh! Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Take a picture. Next. Yeah, our parties are freaking amazing. Then at that party, I gave away this car. You kidding me? $250,000 Bentley? Gave it away. Look how nice it looks like glass. So shiny. So someone rolled off my property in a Bentley that they bought a little raffle ticket with. And by the way, fed them, booze. They saw the Canelo Triple G fight. We just have a freaking fight. There's my wife's car. There's my other car right there. That's pretty cool. Next. Our whips. Isn't that what young people call cars? That's pretty cool. Next. And then you got to earn it, man. This is not going to be given to you. Here's the reason I put that up there is so many people are hoping that they're going to get their wealth through the unearned way. What do I mean by that? You think you're going to win it. You're going to buy a lottery ticket and get rich, or you're going to marry someone who's rich, or you're going to sue somebody and Larry H. Parker is going to give you 1.2. The reality is it's bullshit, right? Here's the deal, dude. You go on enough KTPs, and you invite enough guests, you will have confirmed it in your mind that you earned it. My wealth has been earned. No one gave it to me. I worked every single one of those dollars that went into my accounts and bought my house and bought my cars and bought this life that I have. All of that was earned. Every single dollar was accounted for by earned. Everything you have of value, you better earn it. It's yours. No one can take it from you. It's earned. And that's a great feeling. It builds confidence. It builds confidence. Confident people rule this world, don't they? Yes. Next. Yep. Got to grind. Got to work. Are you hard or soft? I don't know who put that up there. Jeff did that, you guys. Next. And then you guys hear about that. We rented out Staples Center. Did you know that? Yeah. Rented out Staples Center. There I am right there. Referees at Staples Center. That's me. Not someone else. And like not Kobe Bryant's last name or LeBron James. It's Guillermo Haro. And with the Team Concord basketball uniform. Next. Is that cool or what? Yeah. I know. You're not impressed. Like you see like this. I look like I could be in the NBA, huh? Yeah. Look at that form. Next. And by the way, we played a team you guys are familiar with. DGs or whatever. Look at that guy's head, and look at my head. He's trying to block my shot. And by the way, that shot went in too, and we smoked him. That's pretty. This dude just got ejected out of the game and out of the industry. True, right? Hey, I'm only speaking the facts. Take it to the bank. That's cool. So what's it like? Let me ask you this. Can you do some fun stuff? Some of you guys that, you're a part of softball league. Well, dude, right? I rented out Staples Center. See the whole thing? I rented out all the Staples Center. We had scoreboard, referees, uniforms. They announced us. I never made it to the NBA, but I pretended I did for one day. Is that cool or what? Yeah. Imagine like whatever you like. I don't know. You like baseball. How about you rent out Dodger Stadium? There's scoreboards. There's announcers. And then you actually get to play a game of baseball at Dodger Stadium, and it's your team against someone else's team, and then you beat them. And then they got you on film. The day I die, I'm going to look at this. I'm like, que chingón. Pretty cool, huh? Yes. Next. Golf game is on point. That's my country club. Look at that swing. I know. Pretty cool, huh? This is my house. So now, so don't get it confused. When I was making $3,000 a month, I wasn't doing this. Now that I make $300,000 a month, then I do this. So you guys keep things in perspective. There's a time and a place when you enjoy and all that, but meanwhile, buy into delayed gratification. Go bust your ass for 3, 4, 5 years. I'm talking about every single BPM, boom, 2 or 3 guests. Every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, you're at KTPs, 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 KTPs. My life was BPMs and KTPs. For 3, 4, 5, 6 years, my life was BPMs and KTPs, BPMs and KTPs, BPMs and KTPs, with massive intensity, with huge commitment, with no wavering, with no excuses, BPMs and KTPs. You want to win big? BPMs, guest at BPMs, and 6 to 8 to 10 KTPs every single week. So if you do 10 KTPs a week, that's 40 a month. If you close half of them, that's 20 closings a month. No one ever had a problem with 20 apps a month or 20 cases that have multiple apps that month. Cash flow goes up. Everything just roars. Confidence through the roof. And people see that you're doing it, and the right ones want to latch on. Like quickly, people says, I want to follow that guy because that guy's doing it. I want to see how he does it. And you get to follow him. You get to see how efficient and how effective he's doing it. Next one. Yep. Your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from your good ones. So how much of these bad habits you need to rid yourself of? Bad habits will take you down. Smoking, a lot of drinking, laziness, procrastination, bad habits. Thinking negative, bad habits. Which ones are your good habits? Are you known for good work ethic? Are you known for praising people? Are you known for being excited, being positive? Are you a good team member? Are you in alignment? What are your good qualities versus your bad ones? Make a personal assessment, sort of like a personal report card of your personality. Does your personality help you? Is it attracting you build a business? Attracting others to help you build a business? Or is your personality too brash? Are you just too difficult to deal with? Are you too controversial? Your habits. People win with habits and people lose with them too. Lights. Where's my water? Is this one right here? Thank you. Were you sipping on it? No. It's okay. Oh. Let's have some fun. Questions, comments. I'll address any question you have. Let's do a Q&A on the business, recruiting, objections, commissions, mindset. What if they say this? Anything. Let's go. Raise your hand. I'll go. Saeed, go ahead. Stand up, sir. Say it real loud so everybody can hear you.
Why should people never miss BPMs and regardless of what happens? Why should they?
Press it and hold.
Why should people never miss? Why should people never miss BPMs? Always be there at BPMs.
I mean, that's an easy answer. If you want to make it in this business and you miss BPMs, do you think you go move it forward, stay the same, or do you think you regressed? Hello? Regress. You regress. So just think about it this way. Saeed, let's suppose you're my leader. So you're my leader and there's like, say, 10 of us that are on your team. The minute we show up, all this, like that row right there and this row, all of us on your team, the minute we show up to the office, who's the first person we're looking to see if they're there? You. And what if you're not? So now if you sent me a pretty confusing signal, because remember you sold me the dream, you told me this is going to happen, there's a big life ahead, and I go to the BPM and I see that you're not there, I'm not thinking about the goodness of the business. Now I'm trying to understand how come you're not there. So wait a minute, Saeed said this was awesome. If this is so good, how come he's not here? So if Saeed is not there, he's sending doubts, negativity. My mind is not on progress, it's now on concern about why he's not there. So if you miss meetings, it's a kiss of death. How do people quit? They miss one meeting at a time. It's like miss, quit. That's all it takes. Missing a meeting is the beginning of quitting. True? So that's why I said you got to make a serious commitment. Say that with me. Serious commitment. That's me. I made a serious commitment. To this day, after 20 years of being in business, never missed a BPM. If I miss a BPM, it's because I'm at someone else's office doing another BPM. Unless I'm on a company trip or family vacation, there are very few instances where I would miss a BPM. But other than that, I don't miss a BPM because, my tummy hurts, or I'm going to stay home and watch TV, or just, it's overcast, I'm not feeling it. I show up. Overcast, I'm not feeling it. I can't believe I just said that. By the way, the dog ate my homework, tummy hurts and dog ate my homework. People use excuses. Just think about also, too, all of you out there who make excuses, think about what excuses do to you. It weakens your soul. All excuses, all they do is weaken the soul. No one cares. They only satisfy the person making it. The excuses are only acceptable and satisfied by the person making them. You ever notice when people, you make an excuse, like people just like nod their head, they look at you, it's like, what a letdown. So just be seriously committed to it. I've been a committed person to the BPMs. You show up to a BPM, you're in my base shop, you're in my office, you rest assured Guillermo Haro is going to be there to help you, to support you, to encourage you, to just let you know that, hey man, you're doing the right thing. BPMs are everything. I don't miss BPMs. It's what we do. Good question. Let's go. Yes, ma'am, right there. Who has a mic? There we go. Give us your name.
Hello, I'm Carolyn.
Hi,
Thank
Carolyn.
you.
Go ahead.
Thanks for coming by. So my question is connecting with business owners. What key questions do you ask them, or how do you drive them to either join your business or continue to come to BPMs and work with you?
Carolyn, let me address it to you this way. I've never been the type of person that focuses on business owners. I don't focus just on construction workers, or I don't focus on people who work at car washes. I look at people as people. So whether you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're a dishwasher, you work for the city, you're whoever you are looking for bigger and better? based on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best, how ambitious are you? Do you want the next 5 years of your life to be better than the last 5? So I don't focus on a business owner. I don't focus on a nurse. I don't focus on a construction worker. I don't focus on a group of I just look at individuals for who they are. You follow?
Yes.
So now, once we have that, then I invite you to the meeting. So if you're not invitable to the meeting, if you said, no, I'm not willing to do that, says, well, great, let's sit down and take a look at your finances. I think we can show you some stuff that's going to be tremendously advantageous to you. So you aim at a recruit and you miss with a sale. You heard that before? Yeah. Aim at a recruit and you miss with a sale. Some people will never be recruited into WFG. They're just not recruitable. But we should allow ourselves the opportunity to sit down so therefore we can show them how to prepare for retirement and better secure their family. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Good. Yes, right here, right here. Give me that, right here. Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming out, G, Zach, and Cheyenne. As our team is getting bigger, kind of grown from a boutique to starting to get a team here, 20, 25 people at every BPM now,
Yes.
should we take some time to bond with our team or just keep focusing on doing the KTPs, doing the appointments, or try to create that camaraderie within our
Both.
team?
The reality is both. Because bonding with the team now connects you and it's the glue. So that's why you have eating after the meeting. That's why you have like a picnic once in a while. That's why you, if you can, you invite them over your house or you just like do social things together. There are people who do too much of that. I'd rather you and your team go on more appointments than do social stuff. Do you need the social stuff to sort of bond and get together? Yeah, you need that. So I would say my thing would probably be maybe once every 3 months, like once a quarter. You gather up the whole team and say, okay, guys, let's have a potluck. You bring this, you bring this, you bring this. Everybody bring a whole bunch of food together. You can do it at somebody's house, whoever's willing to cooperate. Maybe even at the office, maybe at the park. Bring the kids, and then have everybody meet one another. And therefore, it's the whole afternoon. Say it's Sunday from 1 o'clock to 6 p.m. And then everybody go home, and that's done. You understand? But what I don't like is people says, hey, this Friday we're having bowling night. And then the next Friday we're doing something else. And then movie night. And then this, now you're taking your team, like now you're entertaining them. See, we're here to work. Do you make money at the movies? No. Like when you go, like, you know, so bowling night, or no, you don't make money. You're spending money. And then your people are not in the field. Keep this in mind. There's a time, if you're a farmer, when I grew up in Mexico, I was planting corn in the ground, and then I saw that corn grow. There's a time to plant, and there's a time to harvest. What's your season right now? Are you harvesting or are you planting? Plant then. What do? Plant seeds about people's futures. That's why you invite to the meeting, you invite to the meeting, you invite to the meeting, you invite to the meeting. BPMs. So BPMs and KTPs govern my first 5, 6 years of the business. I was like all in for that. Did I do a little team bonding once in a while? Yes. Should I have done more? Maybe, but I don't know. I like my results. What do you think?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, so be careful being too foo-foo, too smothering too soon. I mean, go build a team of 100 and says, okay, guys, let's have a big-ass picnic now. Then you're at 24, 25, your business is still suspect. Okay, 1 or 2 guys quit, 3 or 4 other guys come with it, your team is at half. Okay, you follow? Strengthen your team by having, say, like 8 legs. Each of them have 4, 5, 6 people. Now you have 100 people. Now you have a squad. Hey, who's going to build a team of 100 people? Okay, so let's do that. Focus on building who can build a team of 100 people. Like, who can seriously build a freaking team of 100 people? Can you? By the way, that's the benchmark. If you build a team of 100 people, you've built a business. You got 14 people, dude, your business is still suspect. That's still questionable. Make no mistake about it. You build a team of 100 people, that means you got some leaders within leaders. You have layers and layers and layers of leaders. That's a good sign. You follow? Yes. That's a good question, though. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's go. Let me see that. And we'll come back over there. You guys having fun or what? Yes. This helping you? Yes. Cool. All right. Yes, ma'am.
So my question is.
And your name?
Oh, Nanette. I'm Nanette. Hi. My question is that you said you were part-time the first several years. When?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Up until I got like to about 150,000, I decided to transition into WFG, become full-time.
Full-time.
Yes.
Okay, so and then you let go of your real estate.
Yes.
Okay, and what made you? Is it just the cash flow that made you that, I mean, decided that?
Three things. That's a good question. Three things. One was Ed Milet in my ear. Couldn't ignore it. Two, the vision that he planted about where I was going, because I couldn't quite see where I was going, but I had him with a little, what is it, telescope?
Telescope.
So he had the telescope. He said, look, G, peek. And then I saw a bigger future. I saw like people bringing people. As I saw my team growing. So that was it. And then also, too, I was watching his cash flow just rise and rise. And like, damn, this is like, he captivated me. It is your duty to make money so that your people believe it. If you make money, dude, you understand your people are going to believe it. You don't make money, your people are like, what's up? All those meetings, where's the money? Eventually, you got to make money. By the way, when I made there was $80, I went and showed my critics, look, $80, dog. And I look at him and I was like, are you serious? Yep. And this is getting ready to multiply right in your face. And by the way, I was still kind of, didn't know if I believed it as much. But remember, I balled up my fist. I'm going to make it. 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 I was too far deep into I'm going to make it. And then I had $80 worth of proof. Shit, I was rolling. You feel me?
Yes.
So that's what I can tell you. Yes, let's go. Who else? Yes, ma'am. Hey, it's not like you guys all got all this figured out. Let's have some fun. Ask me some questions. I'm getting ready to get out of here like in 10 minutes.
Hi, Jeanne Saunders from San Diego.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you were kind of take us through the mindset of when your cash flow was down and up, and then down and up, and then down and then up, and then down and up and down and up. Can you kind of take us through that? Just because I want to make sure that the mindset of not going too low on the low and high on the highs.
Well, the reality is that is a normal human emotion. But you just understand that. Everybody with me. How many of you guys here are pretty athletic? Like you're pretty connected with athletic. You go to the gym, all that stuff. I was going to think about that. Like I go to the gym. There's a thing right here where you ever notice where you got the thing right here and then you go and you jump on it, the box jump. Yes. Can you get on it just like standing right here, or do you have to go down to gain the momentum to jump it, to spring up? That's your cash flow. True? So if I'm just standing right here, do I have the physical ability just to stand right here and like, boop, and jump right on here? No. Can Michael Jordan do that? No. If he just stood right here, can he just lift his whole body up without going down? No. So if you're down right here and then you squat down, you're starting to gain strength. You go down, and then BAM! You jump right on it. You with me? That's your cash flow. That's business. Why do you go down? So it gives you the hunger to come up. That's what it does. The loser goes down and stays down. The winner goes down and says, dude, I'm getting ready to come back up. Remember, a setback is a setup for a comeback. So you got to be strong enough. You got to have the emotional mindset that I understand why this is happening. And that means that, by the way, it's a little wake-up call. When I went back down to that 400 and something bucks, remember I was making a few $1,000 and went back to $400, like, oh, hey, it humbled me. You think you're the hot shot, Mr. New Recruit? Remember, you made $2,000 or $3,000 2 months ago. Now you're at $400. Get back on it. Get back on the horse. It's good because it reminds you to stay hungry. It reminds you. Because what if life was just up, 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 up? You just take it for granted. Why do we have setback? Why do we have speed bumps on the road? It reminds you. Slow down and then step on it some more. Why do we have potholes? Why do we have curves? Why do we have rain? These are all little reminders. It's just not one smooth, long sailing road. Life is for real. It has this, it has this, it has this, it has potholes, it has flat tires. Those are all reminders. Learn how to deal with them. And then everything happens for a reason. It happens for you, not to you. Feel me? Yes, ma'am. Who's got the mic?
Pretty loud. So I know for
Right there.
So you showed us on your slides that for a while you weren't making money, but I know you still had a lot of people showing up to meetings. Can you tell us some of the things that, or some of the ways you would drive your team, or EPR them or get them excited to show up even though the money still wasn't there and to mobilize butts and seats to the BPM?
Lot of conviction about hope, opportunity, the future, leadership, and so if you are on my team and I was in it, says, look, Abigail, I know I haven't made any money, but girl, I want you to know I'm going to make this thing happen. In the meantime, I'm following my leader, so I would always connect success to what my leader was doing. So before you have your success, and some of you guys that don't have any success yet, you don't have proof of your success, so sell your upline success. Says, hey, dude, I'm with a leader. He's making $6,000 a month part-time, or $8,000, or $10,000, or $3,000, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, sell your upline success first, and then work your butt off so you get yours, because your proof would be better than your uplines, but work with what you have. If you only have proof of your upline's income right now, then it is what it is. But quickly put yourself in a position where that success is coming to you. You understand you're one KTP away from getting a $400, $500, $600 check, a $3,000 check, a $2,000 check. You're one KTP. So what's stopping you from setting up a KTP? By the way, have you seen your uncle? What about the neighbor that lives in front of you? What about the neighbor that lives to your right? What about your neighbor that lives to your left? What about the neighbor that lives behind you? What about your buddies you used to work with out at the other company? Have you seriously looked at your prospect list, made the phone calls, set up the KTP, so therefore you're not in the zero zone? You're at zeros because you don't do the work to get out of those. That's the truth. If you work, this thing works. Young man right there. Oh, you want one? Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Gee, what strategies did you use
What's
to...
your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Marvin Madlang Bayan. Right? And so what strategies did you use to harness that intensity, the fire from within to equate to a monetary equivalence?
How about just being broke, man? What is your big, if you're broke, do you need any additional motivation? I don't know about for you, but when I was broke, it's like I hated being broke. I hated being broke more than I hated anything else in my life. I think I hated being broke more than I love being rich. I love being rich really a lot too, but just being broke sucks. That which you don't hate, you learn to tolerate. So if you're broke and you've gotten used to it, that means you're tolerating it. It's okay. You just kind of scoop it up. It's a major problem. You got to absolutely despise it to the point where you will not accept it anymore. If you are financially challenged, you've absolutely got to despise your current situation, and you got to decide to get the hell out of there immediately. It's like if you're in a burning house, a burning barn, and it starts to get hot, and you just kind of tolerate it, and then you burn with it. If you don't hate it, if you don't despise it, you got to get out of there. You're supposed to be challenged financially for a little while, and then you get out. You're supposed to be in a little problematic situation for a little while, then you get out. It's not meant for it to be permanent. You're not supposed to be permanently broke your whole life. You're broke in your 20s, then your 30s, then your 40s. That's a lazy issue. That's a lack of focus issue. That's a lack of belief issue. That's a lack of a lot of issues. I mean, that's a lack of several qualities that you need to get. If you are permanently broke, there's some serious issues going on in your mind. Whatever your bad situation is, it's typically temporary. The storm lasts a little while, and then the clouds clear up, the sun comes out, and it gets sunny again. It doesn't rain like for 3 years in a row. But some people are broke 3 years in a row. Follow? You got to change that mentality. You got to create new habits, new activities, new associations. And by the way, bring guests to the BPM. Bring guests to the BPMs. Is there any way we can put, I want to show you guys one other thing. I'm going to take a few other questions, but let me, is there any way we could show this? I want to show you guys one thing before I leave here. Pull it up on my phone here. I can?
Yeah. So
Does that mean he's going to leave all my data there?
no.
You sure?
Streams it real quick. So from up here.
None of my stuff is going to be? You sure?
Yes, positive.
How the hell do you guys know all this stuff? Hit that light back there. All right, here we go. Are you freaking kidding me? No chingas. What's the date? So these are called cycles. You're in WFG. We get a cycle every Tuesday and every Friday. Y'all know that? Yes. Okay, so let me tell you a quick story and then I'm out of here. So, I recruited a guy, that recruited a guy, that recruited a guy, that recruited another guy, that got a referral, and then that referral now I gotten the story down, that led us to a guy named Max Agabon. Does Guillermo Haro know who that guy is? No. Have I ever met him? No. Have I ever shaken hands with him? No. Do I know what he looks like? No. If he sat next to me on a public transportation system, would I know who he is? No. He's in my downline. How much money did he make? He made $93,533 on one cycle. Reggie? On one cycle, dog. Listen. Do you understand? Listen up. Look, your neighbor's talking to you. Tell them to pay attention. Do you understand there are people in the United States of America, there are people in Southern California, and LA, San Diego, throughout, that work their asses off 40 hours a week, another 40 hours another week, 80 hours worth of work. They finally get a check. You add up all those checks during a year. They don't make $93,000. There are people who work at hospitals, construction, labor. They drive trucks. They do all sorts of teachers. There's all kinds of people who make all kinds of different efforts to feed their family. They don't make $93,000 in 1 year. This gentleman right here, I've gotten to finally see his picture. We looked him up on social media. That's the only way I found out. He's on my downline. He made $93,533 on one cycle. You understand? We have 8 cycles a month on one cycle. Whoa. That's why I don't want to show all this stuff. Sophia made $17,000. Nanette, right there. Raise your hand. $17,800. By the way, in your own office. So question. What did she do? What's her mindset? What phone calls did she make? I mean, why is someone cracking $17,800 a cycle and you've not made a dime? And you have a license and you're appointed. It's a belief issue. It's also an action issue. You're not taking enough action, dude. Did you make that money by accident?
No.
Did you make some phone calls?
Yes.
Did you go meet with a client?
Yes.
Did you follow up?
Oh, yeah.
Did you fill out an application?
Yes.
Did you send it in?
Yes.
Did you follow up?
Yes.
Did you follow up some more?
Yes.
Did you finally get it issued?
Yes.
Did you deliver it to the client? Did you get paid?
Yes.
What happened here? There it is. Did you just hear what the activity? What did she do? She worked and got paid $17,800 on one cycle. There's 7 other cycles she'll be paid on again. And from what I understand, you're doing this part-time. What's your deal? By the way, it's not only her. Mozella made $11,500. Helen Ramirez made another $11,000. Levitan made something. Carlos Bruner, he feels pretty broke at the cycle. Ching Yung Sang, $4,700. And there's some more. Lancaster, 4,000 some bucks. Ivan Ramirez, Howard Q, Jamalita, he feels really broke, $3,099. J.R. Mejia, 20. What's your deal? What's your deal? So, are people making money? Yes. Absolutely. They believe and they work. And that movie theater, they have people in it every Tuesday and every Saturday. And then they make the phone calls, they sit down in KTPs. Remember, it's BPMs and KTPs. WFG is predicated on your ability to perform at BPMs and KTPs. Where? BPMs, KTPs. Your ability to perform at those 2 places. Can you perform at the BPM, meaning you brought guests? You populate the seats in the movie theater? And then can you do a winning presentation that gets people to buy the product? By the way, they need it. They're going to die. They're going to die. That's for damn sure. And then before they die, they need money for retirement. So we got both of them covered. Lights. Okay, can I get off of this now before I run into any dangers? Whoa. Oh my. Holy shit. And he's Mexican and he knows how to do this. I got hope. You have a question? Last one. All right, I got to run. Yes, honey. What's your name?
Helen Velez.
Helen.
Helen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I hit like a issue with my licensing, so I'm in limbo. I don't know when I'm gonna get my licensing because of a record issue, criminal record.
She looks like a criminal.
I'm honest.
All right. You've been a bad girl in the past?
No, it was.
I got it. That, Helen, let me stop you right there. That will take care of itself. Time will take care of itself. We'll do that. In the meantime, build your team, build your team. By the time you get that license, you have 17 people with a license. Now you get a license. Now you override these 17 people that you worked on getting a license. Do not stall waiting for that to happen, and then you don't build a team.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Believe. You got your whole life ahead of you. Your whole life ahead of you. Right now, start preparing. So therefore, 10 years from now, where you're going to be at. But get busy putting people in that movie theater because all of them get coded underneath you, remember? So people come to the movie theater, they want to sign up, and they get coded underneath you, and you keep populating that team. It's called the downline.
Okay.
Downline produces overrides.
Okay. Thank you.
Gotcha?
Yes.
You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. I got to run. See you guys.
Big, small. Ladies and gentlemen, I go on and on and on and don't take them to the crib unless they boning. Easy, call them on the phone and back them some up.
Gee, thank you so much for showing my worst cycle ever. But anyway.